evening and welcome to MTM 10 Evening News. Tonight we have a bunch of coverages on the rise of dictators around the world. Hello and welcome to our October 28, 1922 broadcast. Today, King Victor Emmanuel of Italy handed power over to Benito Mussolini, leader of the National Fascist Party. Mussolini will now take role as Italian Prime Minister, replacing Luigi Facta. Facta resigned because of Mussolini's march on Rome. Mussolini has gained its popularity because of the desperate need that Italians are in. Mussolini, an anti-socialist, provides comfort to the fear of a socialist movement or takeover. Mussolini and his fascist beliefs look like a logical solution to prevent a socialist revolution because of the violence, strikes, and riots that seem to be prevalent. The king is giving Mussolini the power in hope that he will restore order and introduce his reforms. The Italians are thankful for some fresh legs in their government, and hopefully we'll see some changes soon. Thank you for joining us tonight and have a good evening. Good evening and welcome to MTM 10 Evening News. Tonight we have breaking news as we learn that Russia has announced Joseph Stalin as the new communist leader after defeating Leon Trotsky in the race for power. We now turn it over to a radio broadcast from our correspondent over in Russia.
Joseph Stalin was born in Gori, Georgia in 1879 to a poor family. It was his family who sent him on his way to be a priest, where it was through seminary school he began to get involved in the socialist movement. In 1901, while staying in Russia, Stalin joined the Social Democratic Labour Party, where he helped organize the industrial resistance to Tsarism. He was then arrested in April of 1902 for coordinating a strike at the large Rothschild plant. He was punished by spending 18 months in prison and then deported to Siberia. In 1904, Stalin escaped from Siberia, joined the Bolsheviks, and soon after he was back to organizing demonstrations and strikes. It was through his commitment to organizing these demonstrations and strikes he got the eye of Vladimir Lenin, and Lenin became impressed with Stalin's achievements. In 1911, Stalin moved to St. Petersburg and became one of the editors of Pravda, the leading communist newspaper of its time. After getting arrested again in 1913, Stalin was exiled to North Siberia for life. However, after an overthrow of Nicholas II, new Prime Minister Alexander Kerensky allowed all political prisoners to return home. Stalin then returned to become again the editor of Pravda. It was through his work with Pravda Stalin gained recognition and played a pivotal role in helping Lenin gain support in overthrowing the provisional government. In November 1917, Lenin rewarded Stalin for his support of the revolution by appointing him Commissar of the Nationalities. This job is what essentially led to Stalin's rise to power. As for it gave him a lot of power because almost half the country wasn't Russian, so he had the responsibility of over 65 million people. As Lenin's government started to become unpopular due to his changed views, Stalin played an important administrative role in military matters, including their civil war, where he took credit for defeating the White Army at Tsaritsan. When Lenin started to become ill, he did not want Stalin to be his successor and requested that Stalin be removed from his position. However, Lenin died before any action was taken on this. Instead of Stalin, Lenin had wished for Leon Trotsky to be his successor. Stalin began to pursue his belief of being a communist leader of Russia, racing against Trotsky. When Trotsky was exiled from the Communist Party in 1927 and when he announced his alliance with the left opposition, he lost much of his support and was exiled to Alma-Ata in 1928, leading into Stalin's success.
Plant a garden in your backyard, an empty lot, or even a rooftop. Make your rations go even further. Victory gardens are fun to grow. Look at what I found! I love tending to my own food. Oh, look! An orange! We love our victory gardens and supporting our troops. It's all so patriotic. We can't wait to get home to tend to our gardens.
Today, September 14, 1930, holds the elections to see who will rule Germany, Adolf Hitler being one of the candidates. Here's Troy Roberts to cover Hitler's campaign.
Hitler, leader of the National Social Germany Party, otherwise known as the Nazi Party, gained fame by being recognized as the Führer of the Nazi movement, which had 3,000 members at the time of his leave. He is also recognized for his 25 thesis speech, which he presented 10 years ago in February of 1920. Here's Margaret Graham, an audience member of that speech 10 years ago. Do you think Hitler is a suitable candidate to rule Germany?
I do. He offers a solution to the current socioeconomic problems in Germany, and we are looking for any solution. for he was tired of being impoverished and miserable.
What do you remember from Hitler's 25 Thesis speech?
Well, the speech was delivered to present the ideas which are now the basis of the Nazi Party, and the ideas are very nationalistic in their nature, and I remember them including rejecting the Treaty of Versailles and demanding additional territories for the German people. The Nazi Party's idea seemed to be a viable solution to the economic crisis, and we hope Hitler proves to be a good leader for Germany as well.
Thank you very much for your time. Back to you in the newsroom.
Hello, and welcome to our news coverage tonight, December 7th, 1942. Today marks the one-year anniversary of the devastating attack on Pearl Harbor, which killed 2,388 people. Let us look back on the attack led by Japanese Prime Minister Hideki Tojo. Tojo has climbed his way up the political ladder. His first position started in 1938, being the Vice Minister of War. Soon after, in 1940, he was appointed Minister of War. As the Minister of War, he advocated for aggressive foreign policies, and finally, on October 16, 1941, he was appointed Prime Minister and started to plan for the attacks on Pearl Harbor, after realizing the United States Navy was blocking Japan from taking control of South Asia. The attack on Pearl Harbor will forever be known as the day in which will live in infamy. We give our condolences to all those who lost in the attack, and hope you are all recovering. We will end on that note. Thank you for tuning in, and have a wonderful night.
Gardeners for life. I can't, no, do not put that in bloopers. It's not. Well, this speech was delivered to present the idea of...
You're reading the wrong part. Just do what you
Hold on.